Welcome to Roma's Voice Library. The birds are joining us, which is sweet. And we're up with our next fairy tale. This one is called The Red Shoes. Do you have a pair of favorite shoes? Are they red in color? I don't know. I mean, you should be the one telling me about it. But let's see what is up with these red shoes, shall we? There was once a little girl, a dainty and pretty little girl, but because she was very poor, she always went barefoot in summer and in winter wore heavy wooden shoes which made her insteps very red, dreadfully red. In the heart of the village lived an old shoemaker's widow. She sewed a pair of shoes as well as she possibly could out of strips of old red cloth. They were rather clumsy, but she meant well, and she wanted them to be a present for the little girl. The little girl's name was Karen. On the very day her mother was buried, Karen was given the red shoes and wore them for the first time. They were not really suitable for mourning, but as she had no others, she walked in them bare-legged behind the poor pine coffin. Suddenly, a large old carriage drove up with a large old lady in it. She looked at the little girl and, feeling very sorry for her, she said to the person, "Let me take the little girl and I'll look after her." Karen thought that was all because of the red shoes, but the old lady said they were hideous and had them burned. However, she gave her some neat new clothes and had her taught to read and sew. People said she was pretty, but a mirror said, "You are more than pretty, young lady, you are lovely." Now, the queen happened to travel through the country, and she had her little daughter with her. Naturally, she was a princess. People soon flocked to the palace to see them, and Karen was among the crowd. The little princess stood at the window in a snow-white dress to let herself be admired. She was wearing neither a train nor a golden crown, but she had on a pair of beautiful red Morocco shoes. Of course, they were far nicer than the ones the shoemaker's widow had made for little Karen. There could be nothing in the world like a pair of red shoes. When Karen was old enough to be confirmed, she had new clothes and was to have new shoes as well. The fashionable shoemaker in town took the measure of her little feet. He fitted her in his own house, where lovely shoes and shiny leather boots were arranged in a great glass case. The display was very attractive, but it gave no pleasure to the old lady, whose eyesight was rather weak. Among all the shoes was a pair of red leather ones exactly like those the little princess had worn. How beautiful they were! In fact, the shoemaker said that they had been made for a nobleman's daughter, but they did not fit her well. "I suppose they are patent leather. They're so shiny," said the old lady. "Yes, they are shiny," said Karen. The shoes fitted her and they were bought, but the old lady did not know they were red, or she would never have allowed Karen to wear them for her confirmation. However, that's what happened. Everybody looked at Karen's feet when she walked up the aisle of the church towards the channel. It seemed to her as if those old pictures on the wall, those portraits of clergymen and their wives with ruffs and long black garments, fixed their eyes upon her red shoes. She thought of nothing else when the rector laid his hand upon her head and spoke to her of holy baptism, the covenant with God, and told her that she was now a grown-up Christian. The organ played a solemn melody, the children sang with their lovely voices, and the old choir master sang. But Karen could think of nothing but her new red shoes. boy, looks like Karen was really in love with those new shiny patent leather red shoes she had. But were they going to bring trouble or were they going to bring her some luck? Let's see. By the afternoon, everybody had informed the old lady that Karen had worn red shoes. So she told Karen that it was very naughty of her and not at all the proper thing to do, and that thereafter, whenever she went to church, she must wear black shoes, even if they were her oldest pair. The following Sunday, there was Holy Communion, and Karen looked at the black shoes and she looked at the red ones. She looked at the red ones again and finally put them on. It was a beautiful sunny weather. Karen and the old lady followed the dusty path through the cornfield. At the church door stood an old soldier with a crutch and a funny long beard that was more red than white. In fact, it was practically red. He bowed right down to the ground and asked the old lady if he might dust her shoes. Karen also put out her little foot. "My, what beautiful dancing shoes," said the soldier. "Stick on tightly when you dance," and he slapped the soles with his hand. The old lady gave the soldier a penny and went into the church with Karen. Everyone stared at Karen's red shoes, and all the portraits stared, and when Karen knelt at the altar and put her lips to the golden chalice, she thought only of the red shoes. It seemed to her as if they were floating before her eyes. She forgot to sing the hymn and she forgot to say the Lord's Prayer. Then everyone left the church and the old lady got into a carriage. Karen was about to step in after her when the old soldier said, "Look at the pretty dancing shoes." And Karen could not keep her feet still. She just could not resist dancing a few steps. And when once she had begun, her feet continued to dance. It was as if the shoes had gained control over them. She danced around the corner of the church. She could not help herself. The coachman had to run after the girl, take hold of her, and lift her into the carriage. But her dancing feet kicked the nice old lady violently. Finally, they took her shoes off and her legs were still. Wow, I wonder what's going to happen now. Do you think the old lady is going to get angry with her? Do you think she's going to take away the red shoes? Let's see.